What is going on, Cigar Club family? Welcome back to another episode right here on the Cigar Club podcast. We're recapping the TPE trade show that myself and Griff went out to just a couple weeks ago in Las Vegas. You guys have asked a lot of great questions, and we are here to answer them. I've got the man, the myth, legend, Griff. Howie.
What's going on, dude?
Dude, you're in Cincy.
In Cincinnati, surprise trip.
Scared the hell out of me today. Him and Jeff come barging in our office. Content Cody fell on the floor. He was brewing whole bean coffee. And, right. AD Carly was nowhere to be found.
That's right.
But
we got up here at 10:45 a.m.
Dude, I was fired up. I am still fired up. I'm still very excited. So we figured, hey, let's just shoot this podcast while you're here in town. We've been wanting to do this recap. I think it's really cool. We've got a vlog coming out on it. You guys have seen a lot of videos, and the past two podcasts have been from that show. I know for me, before I worked in cigars, I always wanted to know what the heck happens at these trade shows. I went to my first one last year, which was kind of a whirlwind.
The year before last.
Yeah, 29. No, there's 2020. January 2020. They used to be in January. They moved it to May.
Interesting.
And here we are, the second one. So this is my second time going. Griff, you're first. Hit us with the quick, before we dive into the questions from Cigar Club family, hit us with the quick, what you expected, what you got.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
I remember when you and Jeff were talking about your first experience, and it was pretty much identical. Massive convention center, thousands of people, all of which are most likely smoking. And towards the end of the day, it's just like this fog machine. And you're wafting your way through the smoke. Not really. It's pretty good ventilation, believe it or not. But it's amazing. I mean, massive brands, small brands, brands in between. It's just a fun 3-day event.
Yeah, and it's like, even beyond the trade show floor, the dinners after, the drinks that night, the cigars, there's just a camaraderie. And you guys saw it in the first podcast we released from TPE, other cigar subscriptions that were there, retailers, brands. It's a time for like everybody just to kind of come together, hang out, enjoy each other, enjoy cigars that are being released.
Go not smoking anything the week prior because you're going to have your month's worth.
You take a break on your week
within
back.
the 3 days. So you go completely dry, no drinking and no smoking, and you fulfill that capacity pretty easily.
Yeah. This is a couple weeks after, but we have been smoking since then.
Correct.
But today I'm not smoking anything. Griff's not smoking anything. We're inside at the now old office. Soon, we just were touring it. We got a brand new office in downtown Cincinnati. We're gonna have a little lounge set up upstairs. We'll be able to shoot a lot of our podcasts from. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah,
but for now, coffee and some good conversation.
Absolutely.
It's TPE recap time.
2021.
2022. We have around the corner. We're almost halfway. We had some great questions from everybody on Instagram. There's 8 that we're going to cover.
All right.
And go through. And if you guys have more questions, you know where to find us. Dave at CigarClub.com. Griff has not seen them. I think I just sent you the link so you can click it whenever you want. But let's just fire it off. We got our man Sterling, Mobile, Alabama.
Nice.
At Third Deadly Venom. Chimed in. First question of the cast. What cigar are you looking forward? Let's say because... No, we'll say what cigar are you most looking forward to trying post TPE? Because you go around collecting cigars. Okay, great. Is there one that you're like, I can't wait to try this? I've got mine.
I've got 2.
Ooh, okay, cool.
I think we probably talked about them yesterday just because of in random conversation. First off, Castagli.
Oh, God.
Daughters.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Daughters of the Wind.
Daughters of the Wind by Castagli. I was going to bring it up here, but I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, was still half asleep, so I forgot to. But extremely excited to smoke that. I don't know why we didn't smoke. We were probably just smoking too much, and we didn't want to waste away.
Why we didn't smoke it there?
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those. It's just kind of a more delicate cigar. It's like I'd rather smoke it.
Yeah, that's probably my
terms.
top looking forward to stick. I would say second would be Luciano the Dreamer. Lancero.
Yeah.
Which is a massive Lancero.
And he just made Luciano, and there will be a podcast coming out with him that was special.
Yeah, very much so.
He just made his Lancero Luciano the Dreamer cigar full production after being limited edition. And there's talks currently about us doing a Cigar Club exclusive size with that blend. We really got to know him very well over those 3 days we were in Vegas. For me, the number one cigar I was looking forward to trying, and they haven't released the name yet, but it's the new Crowned Head cigar that's going to come out in July. Luciano gave both me and Griff one of the, unbanded, hey, try this, let me know what you think.
Did you smoke that at the hotel or in the convention?
I think I smoked it at the hotel.
Okay.
But he also gave me it at the hotel, but then I brought one home and had that like a week after we got back. And
killer.
I'm such a Mil Diaz fan.
Yeah.
And it's not a punch you in your face blend. You have to search for it, but it's just so clean. And we got real geeky with him, and he was telling us about filler placement and how it makes you salivate and how you evenly distribute tobacco and ferment
aerodynamics, aircraft aluminum.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
So I think once I learned all of that, it made me most excited to smoke that cigar. And then second would be the Via Castagli from Castagli, which is their new release coming out that I'm really excited to smoke.
Interesting, two of the same brands.
I know.
Out of all the brands.
I know. And moving right from there, and Castagli's not new, but this next question is any new brand. This comes from MT Brown 90 on Instagram. And he said, any new brands coming to Cigar Club that you found that we haven't had before? We've had Castagli. We haven't had much.
I've got one that came to mind that you and I both have not had.
Okay.
And nor has the family, obviously. All Saints Cigars.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. Because I had a different one.
It's coming very soon, as in like potentially this coming month. But
yeah, because this will be dropping the second week in July, and these will ship out the third week in July.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, cool.
You guys are going to try the All Saints Cigars. Mickey and Frank?
Mickey, Peg, and Frank. Yes. I can't think of his last name.
Frank, yes.
Frank, yes.
From All Saints Cigars.
They have Dedicación and Solamente.
That's the one we got coming in. I think it's 5x58. It's a bigger than what we normally smoke, but this cigar, and there's something about, I don't know, I love the whole package with them. I love the name, like the brand. Really enjoy chatting with them. I think Mickey comes from CAO is his background, and just a rich, flavorful, well-constructed cigar. And we just had never carried them. Yeah. And that's the beauty, I think, of TPE too. Like, we were walking around like, have you heard of those guys? Yeah. No? Let's just go up to them, see what they're doing. Yeah. And then you see all the classics.
Correct.
We walk in and freaking run over to Josefa from Aganorsa, our queen.
Omar Fernandez.
We go flick Omar Fernandez in the back of his ear. Yep. It's fun to see everybody, but it's also to see the new people.
I think another interesting brand that we're going to be carrying soon, towards the last hour of the second day, Houston, Texas.
Yep.
Or Dallas. Vario Cigars.
Yes. That was who I was going to say. I'm glad you mentioned
Super special guy. Really great. Just an amazing brand.
Yeah, it's like we talk. I mean, you eat with your eyes first. You smoke a lot of times with your eyes first. And we saw his booth and the design.
We were next to pretty much all day.
Yeah. We were shooting podcasts, looking over at it. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, it looks beautiful. All his cigars looked amazing.
Yeah.
The branding was amazing. And finally, it's like, screw it. Let's just go talk to him. Walked up there, introduced ourselves, and then 10 minutes later, he was on the podcast. So you're going to hear that one too. But Vario Cigars, I mean, I've had two of them so far, and they were great. I smoked one on the podcast. They're Connecticut. They're made in the DR. He's got a factory down there. Just a real nice guy.
Yeah.
Really excited and passionate about what he does, and takes a lot of pride in all the details. Yep. And I said it to him. I was like, man, if your cigars taste as good as the effort you've put into making them look good, we're in for a real treat.
Perfect.
Like, nobody spends all that money and time making it look great if they've got shit cigars.
Right.
So yeah, Vario All Saints. I was trying to think if there's one other, but those are the top two. I think the top two. Those are the top two brands I think I was most excited to meet that are going to 100%. We already have orders in. They're going to be coming to cigar boxes. Yeah. Cigar Club boxes to you guys soon.
No, I'm excited for that.
We got another question from Risen Misfit.
Bring it.
Do they give out cigar samples?
Oh, God, that's funny. They basically give you boxes of cigars almost. Yeah. I mean, it depends on the vendor and the brand, of course, but yes, you will get your fair share of cigars.
You'll get your fix.
Yeah. It's some brands are, let me give you one of every line. Also, it depends. Like in our case, Rainier Lorenzo is not going to give us much of anything because we've had everything.
Right. Save it for people who haven't had stuff before.
But if it's a new brand like Vario or it's just it's so dependent on the brand.
Or you walk up to Lorenzo at HVC and, hey, Lorenzo, we need to start the day off with an HVC. Yes. You got a Cero, dude? And he's like, oh, yeah. Here you go. Get your day started off correctly. It's like, thank you.
Which was a kicker to start.
Oh,
I think that thing was a little fresh.
That, and it was the Corona, like 4.5, 46 or something as a size. So it's potent little sucker.
It was.
Don't be fooled by the Corojo 99 wrapper on that.
No, negative.
It is powerful.
But yes, you do get
a
couple cigars for the road home, which I've got a bag full. Luciano, the Dreamer's in there.
I got a ton of Castagli unbanded stuff in there.
I have another one. A couple from Casa Cuevas that we're excited about.
That's coming up here shortly.
So
actually, we can go right into that because I'm really looking forward to talking about that one. We've carried Casa Cuevas in the past.
It's been a couple months, more than a couple months.
Yes.
Other than this past month, I suppose.
But we've carried them.
Yep.
We really enjoy their cigars. They're great people to work with.
Oh, great.
Christine over there, Alex, Alec, the whole family. But somebody had asked, what was your favorite stick you smoked at TPE? And I think we both agreed on this one.
Yep. We had it on the show. No, you had it on the show in Vegas, FA4 show. I think. Didn't you have it that morning?
I can't remember. No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I had a Bocock Brothers and something. And an HVC exclusive, I think.
Yeah, I think my favorite cigar of the show was easily Patrimonial by Casa Cuevas. I mean, it was really special.
And it was very different than anything they've put out before. And it's interesting because you are getting way more into Maduros and full-bodied cigars, but there's still something about the perfectly clean.
Yeah.
It's still maybe considered a medium-bodied, but when it's constructed perfectly, like you can't deny like the artwork, the art form that goes into blending that kind of cigar. It's a three-generation grandfather, son, grandson from the Cuevas that blended the cigar called the Patrimonial.
So good. Whichever day we
bought as many as we could, literally.
The next morning, we're like, all right, we need our allotment for the day.
Good morning, Christine.
Here's 5 for the day.
Can we get our allotment?
Yeah. It is very, very special.
I believe those come in September, October for CigarClub boxes.
Patrimonial. Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout. White label, beautiful stick, Toros, Honduran Corojo wrapper, so Dominican, Nicaraguan filler. Anyway. Huge fan of that. Be on the lookout for it. That was both of our favorite cigars that we smoked.
Yeah.
At TPE.
I mean, another one that comes to mind, although I think Patrimonial, no offense, AJ Fernandez might take it. San Latano Bull. AJ Fernandez coming soon in a couple of months.
That was funny because that was a cigar we didn't even really know existed.
Never.
And it's like an old school.
He said, have you smoked the Bull? And I don't know what that means.
Right. Scared to answer yes to that, Omar.
Yeah, it's the San Latano Bull. So good.
Yeah. I also really enjoyed the Via Castagli from Castagli. It's their new line coming out. That was an incredible blend. That didn't have bands on it yet. I think we pre-ordered a bunch of those. Really interesting that TP, which is a smaller show, like there's vape. It's kind of funny. You're like walking around. There's like vape, CBD,
gummies,
weed,
everything.
Cigars are just a small section of this show. It's not like
20%,
PCA, which is all cigars.
Yep.
So it's kind of like you walk down the wrong aisle and you're like, oh, I am in the wrong place.
Yes.
Now. Did not.
Yeah. It was pretty broken out evenly though. I mean, not evenly percentage wise, but every all the cigars were kind of on the forefront, and then you worked your way into gummies and gummy worms and anything with cannabis inside. So it was interesting.
Yeah. No. I found
You're speechless.
I am speechless, dude.
Does cannabis make you speechless?
No, but that to me is a really interesting part that TP is, which is quite different from all other ones. Like you're on the trade show floor with cigar people, and you turn the corner, it's like very not the cigar industry.
No.
Like nobody's wearing like a nice suit and like shaking your hand. It's like the vibes change. Yes.
It's got 10 females out front.
Correct.
Their products.
But yeah, another great question here is how many cigars you smoke each day. I mean, This is one of the most commonly asked questions in general. Anytime I feel like we do anything where we take a poll or questions, you're trying a lot of things.
The first day was less because it started at noon. So it was like noon to 5. So let's cut like 3 cigars out of that.
Yeah.
It was probably still a 5.
Yeah, 5.
And granted, we're not like smoking them to the nub.
Right. But you go up to someone.
We smoked them down.
If it's a good one.
Yeah. Patrimonial.
I know. If you go to someone's booth, you never tried their cigars, they want you to smoke it, and you're sitting there holding somebody else's, and you're like, all right, maybe I'm going to put this one down. I'll try this one. Does that count as one? If it does, then a lot.
I know.
But yeah, 5, 6.
Probably 5. Day 2
before
and 3.
You go out.
Correct. Day 2 and 3 were probably a little bit more.
Right.
I counted the second day, I think, and maybe it was 7. But
yeah,
it doesn't feel like it. I mean, you're just in conversation. You get handed a stick, you light it, and you talk for 30 minutes, and you're 3/4 of the way through. Then on to the next. You do the same thing. Like you don't notate. Oh my God, this is my 3rd cigar.
Right. You're trying.
Yeah.
It's like if for any of you who have been to like a beer festival.
Yeah.
Right. Where you go around tasting beers all day, and they're giving you little sample cups to try. You can't give people a sample of a cigar.
Yeah.
You can't cut a tiny piece. So you're more so just smoking what you want. If it's a knockout cigar, you smoke the whole thing. And then that's an easy one to be like, we're going to buy 10,000 of those right now.
And I mean, you're in like a position of Lorenzo or Luciano, like, here's a cigar. Oh, no, thanks. It just doesn't work that way.
Right.
You know,
no, I'm going to pass. But
they want you to light it.
Thank
they want you to talk about it. They want your thoughts. And that's just how it rolls.
Was there anything to you that was surprising about being there?
The mask policy was a little interesting.
Oh, that was funny.
So they had these girls walking around with these like tongue pressers with a little sign that said "mask on," and they would just walk around. And if they saw you have your mask down, they tell you to pop it up. And I'm like, this is just.
But you could, when you got to someone's booth, the mask would come down. When you're close to somebody at their booth, you could take your mask off. When you're walking separate from people, it had to be on. It was the weirdest thing, but it really didn't hinder the trip. Like,
no, it didn't.
There was
at all.
Plenty of smoking designated
there
areas.
were, and I didn't wear my mask.
Where we were at the whole time.
Yeah,
that's where we shot every
that
podcast.
Was surprising. Like to me, like if it was any other convention that didn't require your mouth,
right. Then they could have really gotten at you.
Yeah, but that was surprising. I mean, honestly, everything else was pretty much par for the course in terms of what I expected.
Yeah.
I said on the FA4 show, it like boggles my mind you can smoke in convention centers, or this one particularly.
I can't imagine Vegas. The cleaning process. Maybe that's why they have to have it in Vegas.
Maybe.
Could be one of the few places. That's the other thing that's so interesting about Vegas. You're in your hotel lobby.
Yeah, I know.
I could just light up a cigar in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were at the Wynn, probably one of the nicest hotels out there.
Wow.
And that lit it up right in the foyer there.
We were at the Wynn with the Crown Heads team. So Miguel Schroeder, Wes, Luciano, sitting in this beautiful area.
Yep.
Like one of the nicest hotels I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Having, we were drinking old fashions and stuff, smoking cigars. This whole trip was worth coming out here to sit here for 4 hours with these guys.
Oh my God.
And hear the stories, everything from factory to sales and, obviously like the cool new stuff coming out, but just to be able to hang out outside of the show, but we're all there because of the show.
I think overall that was a big kind of cool takeaway from me, was just building the relationships that we've built over phone calls, over emails, sometimes in person, but to really reiterate the fact that it is just a great relationship we have with all these brands.
Right.
See them face to face, either spend 4 hours from 9 o'clock to 1 a.m. or 30 minutes in the convention center was so cool.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Cigars is such a relationship driven industry.
Yeah.
Which you live and die by.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't hold yourself to a certain standard, or you're not pleasant to work with or deal with, you get written off real quick. And they tell their friends, and then all of a sudden it's like, nobody wants to sell cigars to me anymore.
It kind of works in the same boat with us.
Right.
In a sense.
Oh, totally.
We really enjoy the people that we work with. And if we don't, then it just doesn't work out.
There's plenty of cigars.
Right.
And yeah, as a Cigar Club member, when you're getting your boxes every month, not only are you getting curated, cigars for you, you're getting cigars that the brands have a legitimate story and we have a legitimate relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like the past year we've shifted a lot to primarily boutique brands because those are the brands that we just call every day.
Yeah.
Just to shoot like, just driving into work. What's up, man? Oh yeah, this happened. Oh, I'm down at the factory.
Right. We're not drawing sticks here. All right, we're going to send X brand. Yeah. It's legit conversations. And the cool thing about TPE was we literally purchased cigars for the rest of the year. I mean, so to see those come out in August, September, October, et cetera, we had those conversations 2 weeks ago. So to come full circle and getting those cigars in the boxes is sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. It's like, we're able to, it's so cool when you all who are listening, who are members, go in and rate and review your cigars, that we can have that info of like, we have a target list of brands that we know we want to go into the show and talk to because they're the highest rated, most widely accepted brands at Cigar Club. And we know we can buy for November in May because of how powerful these brands are in the club, because you guys always love their cigars. So when they have new stuff coming out, it's like, I don't even need to smoke it.
No.
Like, I know it's going to be great. But then you go to these shows and then you're able to smoke it. It makes it, even better that way. But we were able to try a lot of cool new things, build a couple new relationships, and then just really get to know on a deeper level a lot of the brands that you guys see every month.
Yeah.
And that to me is, worth the whole trip.
Oh, for sure. Well, going into the convention, I'm like, Dave, honestly, is it like possible to spend 3 full days here?
Yeah.
And I mean, it really depends on the outlook and kind of what your goal is, but we used every second that we could.
They were coming around saying, show's over, you need to walk out.
Yeah.
We could have spent the full last day.
Yeah, easily. And
I remember the first year I went, the first day we went, we spent the full day, went around, did everything, and it was like, okay, we come back, what are we going to do tomorrow?
Right.
And now you fast forward a year and a half, and it's like, man, look at all these relationships we've built. Look at all these brands we've done cigars with. We've gone to factories with. We've bought every cigar they've ever made in their life to share with Cigar Club. We go to their booth. It's an hour.
Yeah.
It's not 10 seconds.
Right.
It's an hour and then a podcast and then dinner.
Yeah.
It was cool to see the Bocock brothers there. I thought that was awesome.
It was cool.
That's a new brand that you guys have already all smoked for the most part.
Yeah.
A lot more coming from them. They want to do some exclusives with us. They want to just give us, they're rolling out the carpet.
Yeah.
The red carpet.
Super guys.
Old Doug Bocock and his bro, why am I forgetting his name, dude? Bryant. I always forget Bryant. I'm sorry if you're listening to this. Doug and Bryant.
There we go.
Bocock.
We just call them the
Bocock brothers.
They don't need names.
I was looking for a save there.
No.
Pew put in some questions here because he's like, I have questions from TPE that I want to know, but I don't just want to sit on the podcast asking tons of questions. So one, Pew said, were the Ramsey nachos everything he said they'd be? Context, Ramsey was hyping up these nachos at the Grand Lux Cafe as the late night bites.
We were all a little skeptical, I would say.
Yes.
The Grand Lux Cafe kind of, in my mind, sounds like the Golden Corral. But having said that, we walk up, table for 3. It's going to be a 2-hour wait. There's no way.
We're
starving. Well, we've got a high top. We'll take the high top.
Yep.
He orders these. Have you already said the name? What was
Asian nachos?
Asian flared nacho things.
Yeah. Egg roll nachos.
Egg roll nachos, maybe.
Like that.
I don't know. They were
wonton nachos or something. Whatever. Asian nachos. They were amazing.
I could eat them every day of my life. Although I couldn't have a full plate. We had probably 2 or 3 each.
They came on like a full tostado.
So
good.
It was
crazy.
So good. So they live up to the hype. I'll go back every time we go to Vegas for sure. To the Grand Lux.
Yeah. Ramsey, great recommendation. Pew. Sure. Unfortunately, that puts Ramsey at 1, Cody at 1, and Pew still at 0 with the Madeira situation.
Well, he'll get there.
He'll get there.
He'll get there.
And then who was always running late? Probably me, but I feel like we were all pretty much on time.
Yeah, I mean, every night or every morning, one of us was up in the lobby before each. I mean, we have
coffee, emails, and then
we went out to the mountains at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
one morning to film
you don't really sleep when you're out there.
No.
You wake up at 6:30,
and then the time change. So I'm going to bed at 1 a.m., which is really 3 a.m.
Yeah,
and then you get up and you're just screwed up.
But you basically know you're not going to sleep the correct 3 days you're there.
Yeah.
You're in the lobby at 7 and you're back in your hotel at 2.
That's why
And
hotel rooms are $40 a night.
correct. Because nobody
No one's
stays in them. What are you doing there? Nothing.
Yeah. I think we all were pretty much on target. I mean, no one slept through their alarms. We were all up and at 'em early.
We had stuff to get done.
I had a lot of stuff to get
Filmed
done.
a great show. Met a lot of cool brands. Smoked a lot of cool cigars. Did launch the coffee pairings YouTube series.
Yep.
But no, listen, TPE, and I want to say TPE is open like next year. Like you can go.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you can go as a consumer. I don't know. If you can go, you should go to one of these.
Yep.
I think it's a really cool experience.
It's a very cool experience.
It's just like walking into a cigar shop
Yeah.
with all the brands, but the people are there next to their brands.
Right.
So it's just like, it kind of doesn't make sense. But it's a lot of fun. We had a great time. I did.
No, it was a blast. Excited for next year, and it was a fun time.
Fun time at the TP trade show.
2021.
The Cigar Club crew was there. And even beyond this podcast, you guys will see we're going to drop some bonus podcasts with Luciano, with Vario Cigars, the Bocock brothers. We've got more content dropping.
And the vlog from TP, which should be pretty
The vlog from TP should be pretty cool. Yeah. And then beyond that, obviously, you guys know we keep these podcasts coming every single Tuesday.
Yep.
Same time and same place. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the questions.
Hey, it was an honor to be here.
Dude, I'm glad you're here.
Never invited to these things, which is okay.
That's why you have to surprise me and invite yourself.
2 pallets, 2 days, or whatever you call it, whatever that show is. Y'all talk about one cigar for 4 hours.
Correct.
And I just don't like that.
Well, we're glad you made time for us here.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Invited yourself on the show. But look, this was a good time. I'm glad we could recap all this for everybody. And for those of you guys listening, if you can, helps the channel.
Yep.
Like the video on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, looking at our ugly faces. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, download that podcast. I don't know if you can like a podcast, but do whatever you can to it. It helps everything out on our end so that we can keep this content coming to you guys every single week. Griff, cheers. Coffee cheers. Thank you for coming to hang out, talk through this. And we will see you guys same time, same place next week. Thank you, Cigar Club family, for listening. And as always, even though we're not doing it right now, happy smoking.
Happy smoking.
We'll talk to you soon.